Hello and welcome to Burnt Cookbook Party, an original Pathfinder campaign set in a unique fantasy world where four heroes of varying skills, attractiveness, and stupidity race against time to prevent a war. I'm Jenna Stoeber and I play Astra Blup, a fey-addled half-elf oracle who is exactly who she says she is, and I'm joined by...
Andrew Hansen, playing Johnny Brightchild, a hot and sunny Ifrit resort spa paladin, eager to help and flex.
Caitlin Stayduhar, playing Patty Hertz, a ratfolk ranger dandy with a nose for gossip and cheese.
Paul Luetkemeyer, playing Zelf, who's an elven battle chef, carving a name for himself in the high-stakes world of magical cooking.
And we're, of course, led today and for the rest of all time by our illustrious DM and world builder, Justin Green. Hey, Justin, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm trying to make my way through a 5-pound bag of warheads.
How many pounds in are you?
I'm 2.5 pounds in, but only because I'm only eating the sweet part of it. And I'm peeling off all the surface.
Wait a minute. I'm looking at a diagram of warheads here, and the sweet part is in the direct center. Can you explain to me how you're extracting that?
Oh, no.
With like a little chisel.
Understand getting warheads to suck out the sour out, because that's what the warheads are for. But the idea of a psychopath getting a bag and just chipping away on the outside to get the candy bit is monstrous.
The absolute worst part of the warhead.
Psychopath test. Eat this warhead.
So, guys, what did we do last time?
We saved everyone.
Everyone lived.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone definitely was saved.
Except for everybody that died.
Yeah, actually, we saved nobody. We didn't save anybody.
Oh.
Damn it.
Glorhan died.
Yeah, Abraham and Neven died. Gamware was decapitated.
Tommy is missing.
Yeah, Tommy Amber Eyes on a boat.
And we left. We wiped our hands clean. We said, we've done the best that anyone could do ever here.
We've done enough.
So, you guys are in Fort Frawley. At this point, you guys have the day to do whatever you want. Eventually, everybody's going to be heading back to Fort Advent and Shadow End. I can't remember if we healed last time, but if you need to heal and reset all of your stuff, we should do that too, because you had 8 hours rest. But otherwise... the floor is yours to do whatever you've been wanting to catch up on in your downtime.
I'm looking at this map. I clicked on the BCB Party official Twitter account to look at this web extra. And I'm not sure that I see Fort Frawley. Can you please explain where this is geographically, maybe in relation to Waypoint or New Haven?
Right now you guys are in Waypoint, which is east.
Yes.
Okay. So we're just kind of debriefing in Waypoint, and soon we'll be headed back to Shadow End.
Yes.
Okay. What does Waypoint look like?
Waypoint, primarily it exists as kind of a transit hub. It's a commuter city, and so the only people that actually live here work for the train company. As such, like, the centerpiece of the landscape is the Axis train station. So it's this, like, architectural beauty, basically like a 5-spoked wheel. So it's circular, concrete structure, and then it has 5 points connecting to each of the 5 train lines going out. So this is the biggest, most ornate building in the city, and then everything is kind of built around it. So there's not really a residential area. It's all businesses, inns, things that are there just to kind of cater to these tourists that are basically just catching their next train and leaving for somewhere else.
God, that's awesome. A super giant train station.
And that's us. We're the tourists.
We are the tourists.
Yeah, we are.
So, fellow tourists, having watched us just totally go off the rails, doing 15 different separate projects and the docks during our last couple sessions with no real plan in mind, I feel like we need to maybe think about our overarching goals.
Our only goal, as far as I'm aware, was to find Gamweir and convince him to let his country be occupied. And
now he's dead, so...
I'm checking my quest log, and boy, it looks like that one's grayed out permanently. What are some other things on our list to do?
Save Glory, Hannah, Pearl.
Uh-oh.
Well...
Looking at my quest log again. Uh-oh. It looks like one of those is grayed out. Pearl, that one's still active, but they are on a boat floating away from us. What else?
The meteorite.
Yes, you met with Bavel at the potion shop, but you went to do this briefly.
Yeah, oh yeah, briefly.
Briefly. Only a few fatalities.
We've let a lot of NPCs die, and that closed off a lot of our options.
I do think that we've been a little reactive with some of our decisions.
What a gentle way.
Do I definitely want to jump on the nearest ship? Yes, but I feel like that has not been serving us well.
I start sharing some of the stuff about how, like, when I touched Glorhan, I think, like, I got, like, some of her memories or something.
You what?
It's, like, hard to explain.
No, actually, I don't know that Astra would care.
Yeah. But, like, she's really concerned about that necromancer.
Yeah, her brother? Yeah, of course she was. Wait, you got some of her memories? That's weird.
It is. I don't normally get that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't know lay on hands was that seems pretty freaky.
Yeah, but I didn't, like, gain any memories of my own back, like, whenever I used it on myself. But, like, there's a lot of stuff back there.
Wow, you've got some hidden depths that are so hidden they're even hidden from you, Johnny.
I thought he was just an idiot. So.
Well, I just figured we were all like that, honestly.
Oh, no, I don't have amnesia. Wait, does Patty, Zelf, do either of you have amnesia? Everybody put it out there. If you have amnesia, you have to tell us right now.
Astra, are you asking if you have amnesia or if you have hidden depths?
I'm asking.
It's an important distinction.
I'm asking if you have amnesia. I'm not that interested in your hidden depths.
So, do we know where's Ansel? Is he here? Is he back at Shadowwind?
We last saw him at Arrow Peak, and then he kind of disappeared and did his own thing.
Johnny, you do know from Glorahan's memories that Ansel had written her a letter and told her that he was living in a small village called Thune, which is less than an hour away from Fort Advent. So he's just staying near her as much as possible.
Does the idea of Ansel always being near me, or near Glorhand, make me think that he might be here in New Haven, since Glorhand was going to be in New Haven for a little bit? Do my memories give me any, like, means or, like, signals they use to contact each other?
I think that Glorahan knows, and so you know, that although he would love to be, he alone could not get into New Haven during this war.
Does Ansel's powers have some way to bring Glorhan back as zombie Glorhan?
Oh, no.
That's where Andrew was going.
Ooh.
That's not where Johnny's going.
Nah, it's a time loop. Let's just wait it out.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens.
Nothing to worry about. Something to be reactive towards later.
We deserve that.
I do still have his journal, but if you recall, his journal has a password on it, and the password wasn't password, so I didn't know what the password was. I'm looking in my inventory right now to find it.
Caitlin might have it. So it is a variety of papers.
I do. I have mysterious blank paper.
At the time, we didn't know that Glorhan and him were brother and sister, but we know now, so I want to withdraw those and see if the password is Glorhan. I'm saying it out loud, and I'm like, that would be maybe terrible,
Or
but, you know?
Glorahan 1.
Glorhan, but it's in Lee speak.
Yeah, as necromancers are known to use, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Astra retrieves the letter, and you see the word password right across it, as if someone is writing it themselves. And you say Glorhan out loud, Glorhan 1. Nothing happens for that trigger.
I also want to try Fanelin, just in case.
Phelan, that also does not work.
Okay. In my heart of hearts, I want to brute force this, but I also know that we're in a time loop, probably. So probably in another loop, I'm just going to find him and convince him to tell me his password, and then we'll unlock that forever.
Or we could just spend this whole day just guessing passwords for the entire episode.
60 minutes of us trying to guess more and more obscure passwords.
For a person we've never met.
I am curious how long we could do that before we would just break Justin.
After 5 tries, it locks us out.
Anybody have any other miscellaneous stuff?
I have a shield of Gavlin and the acid-damaged boots. I can't quite remember where we picked it up.
That you got in the Arrow Peak dungeon off the ground.
Oh,
like, just like stuff from dead bodies, unfortunately, in the grass.
Nice. And I wanted to see if any of you more knowledgeable magic types could identify it for me.
The shield was from that black market merchant, right? Sniprit?
The black market merchant who sells cursed items, yes.
Certainly nothing to be concerned about there.
yeah, right? That's what I was thinking.
I do have Detect Magic. Well, I'll cast that.
Dude, Astra, thanks, dude.
Johnny, you're welcome. I'm certain it's totally above board. Nothing at all suspicious.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry. I was being sarcastic. I realize that there's a communication hurdle on that front with us.
Wait, was that sarcasm?
Hey, is this the shield magic, bud?
Astra, you recognize a couple things as you pick up this shield. Inside of your head, you hear a voice speaking to you as you hold it, and it's saying, I can protect you. Put me on, and I'll protect you. As you take a closer look at it magically, you recognize that it's a +2 light steel shield of Gavilan, so it has a +2 enhancement bonus.
Damn.
You also recognize that it's going to boost your perception and also your initiative in surprise rounds.
Damn, this is a good-ass shield. But it seems like it's probably pretty cursed, huh? It's talking to me.
Astra, you are able to identify that this shield is intelligent. So it actually is speaking to you because it has some sentience to it, and it's speaking telepathically to you. You also get a feeling that it's not a good idea to put it on. Johnny, it sounds legitimate to you.
Whoa, little bro, are you serious?
But Astra, you are, as you already were kind of suspicious, you now kind of have more proof that you feel like something sinister exists in this shield.
I want to knock on the shield and say, hello in there. Can you hear me? Can you understand me?
Yes, I can understand you. Put me on. I can protect you.
I usually don't try to wear things that are intelligent. It just makes me uncomfortable. Well, Johnny, it's a beautiful shield. That's the good news. It's very high quality. You can see the craftsmanship. Along that edge here, you can see it's been inscribed with some additional magic properties, things that'll make you faster in combat, make your peepers a little bit more keen. Unfortunately, when I picked it up, it did talk to me. And shields don't normally do that. So, hey, Johnny, maybe you could try talking to this thing. You're pretty charming. Maybe you could win it over into not, I don't know, taking your soul or whatever it plans on doing. Wait, hey, what do you plan on doing, Shield?
I plan to protect you. That's what I was made for, to protect you.
That's so sweet.
Yeah,
He just wants to be your friend, just like Tommy.
I don't know if we could find like a curse breaker, some sort of love taker, some sort of, the kind of person that would mess around with this shield. I'm not that, but I'm certain somebody at Shadowing can do it.
Oh, yeah, dude. I bet one of our teachers could totally help us out with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid call, ass.
How much could we sell it for? Because it seems like bad news, and I don't want it around me.
Therefore, we should profit from it and not have to worry.
Johnny appraised the shield at about 8,000 gold. As a non-cursed item.
I mean, that tracks for a +2 shield.
With those other special abilities,
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it's up to you, Johnny. It seems like it's maybe bad news, but, I don't know. The world's full of beautiful magic. And scary magic.
Since it's got, like, the sun on it, I totally believe, like, it's gonna protect me. But I don't really think I need protection right now. And, like, I like hitting things with my sword. So I guess maybe I'll go shopping to get a weapon so that I can use the shield.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go do.
Okay. Johnny, do you want someone to go with you, or no? You're fine.
What?
You're fine.
Oh,
No, you're fine.
If you want. Okay.
I don't think she was volunteering.
I will give you the other items that you had not yet identified. So
awesome.
One of them is the wand that you got off of Ansel. That is a wand of elemental body. So it has 3 charges.
Hey.
The earth elemental gives you the ability to earth glide, so you can go into cave walls, which is what he did to escape.
That rules.
Those shoes that you found are boots of the cat.
Ooh, I don't like that.
You always take the minimum possible fall damage, and you always land on your feet.
Who's taking what?
What? I feel like one of us is kind of cat themed.
It's me. I'll take them.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take those boots of a cat. I love that for me. What do they look like, Justin? Are they like Uggs, or are they like slick?
Do they have beans on the bottom?
Pretty beat up, unfortunately. They're brown leather boots, a little bit of a pointy toe, but they have seen a lot of acid damage, so they're kind of ugly from that. But you could tell at one time they were probably pretty good looking.
All right, we'll have to go to Warsaws to get them fixed up.
Get them resold.
Oh, it's spelled SOLE.
Yes.
Alchemists do have Elemental Body 1 on their spell selection list. So I think I can use this without a roll. Do you guys mind if I hold on to it?
Take it, it's yours.
Ooh.
Zelf, did you have some sort of meeting place for Manny? A rendezvous location?
I left him at one of the business hotels.
A capsule hotel.
He's in like a nap pod.
Or maybe a hostel. Wherever is cheap. Probably I was at the train station and I was like, find a place to stay.
Oh, did you just put him in a locker at the train station?
They boarded him.
No, I probably left him in a particular motel.
Okay.
And I'll go and knock on the door.
Great. As you enter one of these like small, pay by the hour motels that are all around Waypoint, the clerk at the front desk watches you come in and he goes, "Hey, are you Zelf?"
I'm not his grandma.
He goes, "Hey, yeah, I recognize the sneer." And he holds up this napkin. On this napkin, there's like a very childlike stick figure drawing of you, Zelf, but someone has spent like a lot of time really perfecting the frown.
Oh my god, that's adorable. Cut to the guy holding up the napkin with the picture and then pulling it down, and Zelf's expression is identical.
Your son, he heard you guys came back into town last night. He said he wanted to surprise you guys with a welcome home meal at the Axis Diner in the train station.
Aww.
This will be the first time anyone's seen real food inside the Triad Train Company.
Hey.
Well, real food. We'll be the judge of that.
I'm sorry, did this guy say your son? Is he talking about Manny?
He's playing coy.
Zelf totally ignored that. All right. Well, Zelf will tip this guy since he's obviously that type of vocation. And we'll head to the access.
What the fuck was that?
An hourly worker.
And he'll go to see what Manny's cooked up.
Yeah, are you bringing the gain or are you going yourself?
Oh, sure. They seem to like Manny.
I love Manny. Be nicer to him. Or don't. It's funny when you're mean.
The Axis Station is a marvel to behold. So not only does it have just a really unique design, it has a lot of cutting edge technology. So you know that a lot of the Steam devices are from Erosia, from when things were better and we were sharing technology. So as you're walking through, just seeing the trains up close and just the things that are built into the station, it's awe-inspiring. But it's hard to take everything in because you're also just knocked around by crowds that are just rushing to make one connection to another. On the other hand, at the center of the Axis, you find that the diner is one of the worst establishments that you've ever stepped foot inside of Zelf.
Oh my god.
It's as if somebody just plopped the sad little dining car from the train that you poisoned those people in, and they put it right in the heart of this beautiful building, and then they just called it a day. So even though there's theoretically a full working kitchen in this place, the menu is the exact same as what was on the train. So it's just reheated sandwiches. But it's clear that Manny has something different in mind because it's been closed off to the public and there's a reserve sign that's been posted out front. And you see that two of the small wooden tables from inside the train train have been pushed together and covered with like a fancy tablecloth. And there's like 6 sets of expensive Mealnor dinnerware from your own collection that's laid out perfectly.
This is so sweet, oh, Manny.
Yeah, this is bizarre. I didn't teach him this. Zelf is going to sit down.
So as you guys take a seat at this nice spread, Manny pops out from the back and he's like, "Hi, everybody. Hi." He's carrying like a tray with a large pot on it. And he says, "Today we'll be having a hearty autumnal soup. I hope that you guys like it. I'm just so happy that you all made it back." And he like is walking around and kind of like serving you all soup. And he's like, oh shoot. I forgot the drinks. Just give me 1 sec. I'm sorry, chef. Sorry, chef. Sorry, chef. And he's like head down, just like beelines to the back.
Oh, boy. Manny seems like he was really worried about us, and that makes me feel bad because I just didn't think about Manny at all.
Right.
No, he was fine here.
We left him somewhere safe.
He can handle himself. He's capable.
That's fair.
I mean, ish.
The last time we had a nice dinner like this, things kind of turned south. So I'm just going to keep my eyes open, just going to be aware of the situation.
I mean, the hallucinating was fun.
That was fun. The acid spitting, that was...
Yeah, that was great.
You know what? You're right. That was a great party, Patty.
Guys, that was a great
It
party.
was a great party. It was very well decorated.
Thank you.
The entertainment was great.
Yeah, Zelf is just going to be quiet and observant of the presentation.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Self, like, what should I be judging Manny on? Like, you're the expert here, right? What should he be looking to try and do right now?
Puts that aside and he says, "All right, at any reputable restaurant in Mealnor, here's what you need to look for." And he'll start listing off the position of the silverware, the placement of the placing, the timing of the servings, the lighting, the music, etc., etc., etc. And probably he's still going by the time Manning gets back.
Does he mention food at all, or is it just a decor?
It's all atmosphere.
Just wait, I'll get to it eventually.
Zelf, you can make everybody can make either perception check or profession chef check if you want to judge the quality of his food.
Yes.
Manny does return with like a wine bottle and start like pouring wine around the table for everybody.
Astra got an 8, so she's,
Wow.
I think, impressed. Is that what that means in this
Yeah,
situation?
I also got an 8. There's atmosphere here, so that's good. Check. Yeah, okay. Self said something about noise. Yeah, he's got that. Okay.
Us rubes are just impressed at the tablecloth, like, fancy.
Whoa.
I got a 10, which means I am slightly less impressed since I have been to fine dining establishments all over the country. But, you know, I order chicken fingers at every one of those fine dining establishments, so this is very fancy for Patty.
Boy, I got a 17.
Astra, Patty, Johnny, you know, this is a solid meal in your eyes. It tastes good. It's warm. The vegetables are cut nice. The meat's cut nice.
Oh, cut. Yeah. It's a chef.
Johnny, there's a candle on the table.
Oh, atmosphere. Oh, shit, dude. Manny, this is most excellent, bro.
Zelf, you're kind of surprised how good it is. You think that this is beyond Manny's capability.
Dun, dun, dun.
Suspicious.
Like, as you're eating it, even though the effect hasn't taken hold yet, you can tell, like, there is magic in this meal. And Manny is not at that level where he's able to imbue spells into food on his own.
Oh, no.
God, okay. Well, at first Zelf is just in overdrive thinking about all the ways he can be critical educationally. But there's a moment where he starts to think, oh yeah, we just earned a bunch of enemies, didn't we? From multiple nations around the world. Can I test to see if there's poison in this?
Absolutely.
I really hope there's not, since the rest of us are just digging in.
No, you guys will be fine. So I'm looking at the Mealnor Battle Chef archetype. It says that I can identify poison or diseased food by taste of the appropriate knowledge nature or knowledge arcana check.
Perfect. I will tell you then, Zelf, for free, that this is not poisoned.
Excellent news.
Zelf is going to taste a spoonful thoughtfully, taste another one. He's going to crook a finger to have Manny come over. He's going to reach out and put a hand on his face and say, Manny, did you make this soup? And he's going to look for signs of subterfuge.
It's so tense.
He says, I did about 80% of it myself, chef. Was everything up to your standard?
For what it's worth, I got a 29 on sense motive.
You look at Manny and he's the same sweet, sort of naive kid. You don't think he's trying to pull anything over on you. He mostly just seems nervous that he is serving you something below your standards. Was it good?
Self is going to hold up a hand and say, Manny, we've talked about this before. Every few weeks, I have to remind you that if you want to give something to somebody and have them tell you it's good, make it for your mother. Make it for your aunt or your grandma. They'll say, oh, this is so wonderful. Manuel, this is delightful.
From the kitchen, you hear a voice. Zelf, it's familiar to you as the voice of Bocus Door, a elven woman who was a fellow apprentice of Chairman Naga with you. And she sort of glides out of the kitchen. She's wearing very expensive Mealnor noble robes. She does have like an apron, but she's removing that as she steps out and takes the 6th seat at the table. And she kind of addresses the room and says, how is everyone enjoying the meal? It's my recipe, but Manuel did all the non-magical work himself.
I think the food is pretty good, but honestly, the atmosphere is really important too. And I think Manny did a great job. Yeah.
With this one single candle.
Hey, who the fuck are you? I knew this wasn't just a normal dinner party. Why does this keep happening?
Yeah, as soon as Zelf hears the voice, he just blanches, turns completely white, hands gripping his seat.
Like a sack of green beans, you blanched.
Oh my god. I love how Johnny just accepts it completely, and Astra's like, who the Oh, so...
Bocus Door, wasn't that the letter you got from the black market animal handler? Wasn't that from Bocus Door?
That's right.
I remember because the name Bocus Door, I don't think any of us made a comment about it in the episode. And I feel like we are letting Justin get away with too many names.
Bocus, I didn't think I'd see you again so soon.
Zelf, it's always pleasant to share a meal with you.
Are you doing well? On your own? Without the chairman?
All things considered, did you get my message?
I haven't found a quiet moment to read it yet.
She looks at Manny and she kind of pats him on the head and straightens out his shirt as he sits down to join the meal himself. And she kind of just absentmindedly is like, what a talented apprentice you have, Zelf. I can't believe you've had him 6 months and never told me. I found him wandering the streets like a lost puppy, Zelf. If it's good you let him explore the world and learn what he can. That way, there's so much more to gain when you eat him later.
Excuse me?
What?
But Zelf, he's so skinny. You can't focus so narrowly on the end goal and forget about the dining experience. Fatten him up a little. You deserve it.
What the fuck?
Is there like a meal I can't see or something, Astra? Like, what is she talking about?
Patty is having disturbing flashbacks to the magical animal shop. She is going into full liberator mode. Again, this is very upsetting.
Astra's flashing back to the, what was it, the goblin that you got steaks off of back in the dungeon? There's precursors for this.
Manny steaks!
Oh.
Zelf is going to calmly reach a finger out and push his plate of soup off the table, saying, Manny, oh no, did you take care of that?
Oh, God!
Manny goes, yes, chef, sure, chef. And he immediately jumps up and he picks up the bowl and then he runs into the back to get a towel.
Wash that bowl about 10 or 20 times, and then lean forward and say, all right, Bocus, Manny's mine. What do you want?
Perhaps now is a good time for you to read that letter, Zelf.
And he will. He'll produce it from a sleeve or whatever immediate pocket he'd been holding it in, hesitating extremely to finally open it, but he will. And he'll look Bocus in the eye before he looks down and reads it.
As you read it, Bocus kind of turns her attention to you, Johnny, and is like, so you are an amateur gourmet, are you?
I'm not really sure what that is. I guess. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
What notes are you getting from the meal today?
Oh, good notes. Filling. I like the, effort that's been put into it. I really appreciate that. Because, just having anything warm at all, with any sort of flavor is, pretty cool. Because, most of the time I just have, a sort of a rice porridge.
I just eat gruel.
She says, yes, this is probably a huge step up for you.
Yeah, honestly, it's a little intense. But I think it's really cool that Manny did it. So, I guess, I just didn't really know what this was.
I think you'll find it interesting. So, this is made from fresh squash, sourced from Gold Grove, eleflute confit,
Oh, damn it!
and a white wine finish.
I knew there's going to be something nasty in this soup. Astra keeps eating. Actually, she's fine with it.
You'd think from their sweet melody that they'd be ideal for desserts, but they're actually quite bitter to the palate.
Eleflute confit? What is that?
The eleflute, they're horrible little creatures.
I like the sounds they make.
If you can get past their appearance, then they have a great spell, vocal alteration. And once you finish eating this meal, you'll be able to talk in whatever voice you choose, Johnny. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Dilf has no reason to be hostile other than all of his history with Bocus, who's obviously a horrible person.
What better reason?
So he'll say, I'm a little surprised, Bocus, that a creature capable of producing recorded sounds would annoy you, since it's one of the few creatures that can let you listen to the sound of your own voice.
Damn! Johnny, takes a sip of the soup, looking back and forth.
The energy at this party is whack.
Well, we called it again, right?
This is what we get for dining as a group.
Focus, can I ask you real quick, is any of the dishes you've prepared tonight involve human flesh or elf flesh or any sort of sentient creature flesh? I would like to know ahead of time.
Just the eleflute, my dear.
Whoa, I didn't even know I had to ask that, Astra. Thank you.
I didn't know either, Johnny. I didn't know either. Thank you for listening to Burnt Cookbook Party. Hey, you know what's now live? No, it's not that body you did a sloppy job burying, although you should consider circling back to that now that the heat's off. Actually, it's our Patreon, patreon.com/BCBparty. You might be thinking, what does joining our Patreon get you? Well, as a joining bonus, immediately we have a stat block for the eleflute, so you could add the eleflute to your own game. How incredible is that? It has all of the eleflute's powers and stuff, so you can just put that in your game and have that in your game. We've got other fun content coming in the future months, but mostly what you're doing right now, if you sign up, is helping us pay for the upfront costs of producing the show. Stuff like hosting and equipment costs so that our audio sounds nice, and keeping Justin in Warhead so he doesn't get crabby. These are the things that allow this show to happen at all. And it would just mean the world to us if you would support us. Again, that's patreon.com/BCBparty. And as always, you can find us on Twitter at BCBparty or email us at bcbparty@gmail.com. Okay, now get out of here. Scram!
Zelf.
Yeah.
As you peel open the black envelope, inside of it you find not a letter, but an official-looking document with the seal of Mealnor on it. It says, your presence has been requested for the reading of the last will and testament of Chairman Naga on the 1st of Vidobris, 2812 at noon sharp. The reading will take place at Carnivore, formerly Theophagy, in Mealnor's restaurant district. It'll be presided over by Count Beldroth Vilnit, with Inspector Nipip representing the Court of the Archmage. The beneficiaries are as follows: Gratin Dauphinois, Bocusdor, Zelf. And then the remainder of the legal notice is just like a detailed menu for the event.
Yes. Yes.
Does the details include whether or not they will be eating any amount of naga?
It's going to be like a nice hot pot.
Okay.
That doesn't.
That's the perfect meal for a wake.
Traditional reading of the will hot pot.
That sounds amazing, actually.
So Zelf reads through it, and he'll mouth the words in the entree listing so that he can remember the menu. And he'll think about it and say, Johnny, for future reference, you make a note of that when a restaurant asks you if you have any allergies.
I don't know that I'm allergic to Manny's flesh. I just don't really want to eat it.
Focus. The chairman is dead?
Of course, the chairman isn't actually dead. This is a final test, Zelf. Even in prison, he's watching to see what we're going to do next, to see which one of us is worthy to inherit his life's work and prep Mealnor for the final course.
Oh my god.
They said he died of starvation, a hunger strike against the prison gruel they were inflicting on him, as if the chairman were so weak. She chews on her fingernails as she says this, and there's a glassy, hollow expression on her face. You can see she's reliving a lot of the shared horrors that you've experienced, but it's a weird blend of terror and excitement.
Yeah, Zelf will also be glassy-eyed for a few seconds.
What would be the alternative? Zelf, that everything that happened to us was for nothing? That the chairman was just a weak old man who couldn't even last 2 years in prison? There's no way. Of course not.
Astrid leans over to Johnny and Patty and goes, uh-oh.
She should stop chewing that finger. It's bleeding into her soup. It's pretty nuts.
Knowing what he and the other apprentices actually went through, his tone will shift, and he'll reach over and pat Bocus's shoulder and say, Bocus, you're right. After all, the chairman did fake his death a few times during our apprenticeship. There's no reason that he wouldn't have faked his death again in prison.
She sort of nods. She's comforted by what you're saying. She's to be honest, Zelf, I was starting to have doubts about you, about what you've gotten into since left Mealnor. Grattan, he's sworn off cooking entirely. I always said he may have technical skills, but he lacked a chef's instinct. You and I, though, we're the same. One of the two of us, we're going to be the one who took over. It was clear from the beginning.
Take over what?
Why, the chairman's seat, of course. As the sole visionary of the future of magical cooking, opening grand new vistas beyond what magical cooking has become in Mealnor today.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Of course.
As she kind of it starts warming back up to Zelf, her mood kind of shifts towards the rest of you at the table, and she kind of looks down her nose and is she speaks to Zelf, though she's looking at you guys. She says, seeing you standing side by side with the very people who are keeping the chairman imprisoned, it makes me lose my appetite, Zelf.
Well, Bocus, you never liked your meat cooked. All right. I joined Shadow's End because I knew that the chairman had a turn in his journey when he became a war cook, and I thought I could learn something from it, and I have. But I think you're right. I think the finals in our cooking competition is coming up.
Zelf, are you in a competition?
Oh, Johnny. Oh, Johnny. Johnny. It's a dog cook and eat dog world.
Johnny nods, absolutely understanding the sage wisdom of that. Yeah.
And if you choose to eat, you enter into competition.
You choose to eat? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Zelf, your mind goes to competition, and the prospect of returning to Mealnor kind of clouds your mind with memories. The last time that you dared to show your face there. You begin to think back to the first week of winter and the beloved tradition of the Great Mealnor Bake-Off.
Yes.
Which, on the surface,
yes,
it's a saccharine competition between fellow chefs where the only prize is just loving what you do. But like all things in Mealnor, you know that it's just a candy coating that masks a rotten center.
Like a warhead.
Like a warhead. Like a 5-pound bag of warheads that you're 2.5 pounds through.
You know going into this that it's going to be just as cutthroat as anything that the chairman has put you through. It's just more palatable for the masses. Still, it's an opportunity that will allow you to kind of make a name for yourself and put some distance between you and Naga, whose trial had just ended a few months earlier. As you enter the tents that are set up in Mealnor's restaurant district, the first thing that you notice is how small that it feels inside. You've been a spectator many times, more times than you can count, but you have never really realized how tightly packed all of the competing chefs are in there. There's just not a lot of room to breathe. Including you, there's about 10 chefs in total that are competing. And you also see Mary Goodberry, this prim and proper elf who is wearing like a pastel pantsuit. And you know that despite her grandmotherly energy, she's a tough critic.
God damn it.
And her food reviews can make or break any new chef's career.
Your name crimes are going to come home to roost someday, Justin Green.
They can't all be as clever as Zelf.
Yeah.
Listen, get away with that one scot-free. This is the flashback, right, Justin?
Yes, and for this little flashback, I've given you 2 negative levels.
Good.
What would you like to do as you make your way in here?
God, well, this is when Zelf is still just extremely high-strung coming out of the chairman's trials and the trial of working with the chairman as his apprentice. So Zelf is probably scoping out his competition, seeing who he needs to sabotage or, edge out.
Absolutely.
Getting ready for one of his first real competitions without the support of the chairman. Basically, he's ready for disaster. He's a nervous wreck.
Make a perception check, Zelf.
That's going to be a 13.
Great. So, including you, there's about 10 chefs, but after you study them, you pinpoint that only 3 of them are really any competition for you. Andrew, who is your chef?
I was about to apologize to everyone for my extended flashback.
I am playing a very tall elf with long white hair that is in sort of like the European judge style. Sort of like comes down and like turns into frills, and it goes over one eye, and behind that part of the eye there is definitely a Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Golden prosthetic over his face, and a lot of his mannerisms are exactly similar. And so,
classic magic chef.
yeah. And he is Zephyr Xanatar.
Perfect. Caitlin, who is your chef?
Darling, it is Paprika Snuffs, the most beautiful, buxom chef you have ever seen. Her food is seductive, a nice potato that you enjoy, and when you bite into it, you feel the potato melting in your mouth. Darling, it's just delightful.
Am I tripping?
Lastly, Jenna, who is your chef?
You see a really short, especially for an elf, really scrawny, dark-skinned elf wearing just very, very high-waisted pants and some pretty cool, vibrant rainbow suspenders. And as you get closer to them, you hear them say their famous catchphrase, "Anybody got any cheese?" And you know that this is none other than Urkelf. World famous for his cooking skills and his pratfalls.
Zelf, that's your competition. What's going through your head?
Zelf was routinely trained to keep his friends close and his enemies closer, so he'll go introduce himself to his enemies. God, what have we got? We've got Urkelf, we've got Paprika Snuff. And Zegasus Xanatar?
Zephyr Xanatar, yeah.
Excellent day for a bake-off, wouldn't you say?
I'd say so. Sun's out. I'm hungry. What more could you want?
Don't you think it's a bit hot in the tent, though? I'm feeling a little spicy in my knickers.
You know what they say, Paprika. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
No!
And sort of turn, and then he'll...
Pish posh!
Oh, so you're Zelf. I've heard all about you.
Zelf starts sweating.
Yes, the chairman's apprentice, here to show us how to cook. What arts have you mastered, child?
Fuck if I know.
Eventually, Mary Goodberry, she kind of gets everybody's attention to start off the show. She says, to everyone who has come out to watch here in Mealnor's restaurant district, and to those watching at home thanks to Neptus's Scry network, I want to welcome you all to this year's Great Mealnor Bake Off. We're excited to have a brand new group of chefs here waiting to prove that they've got what it takes to win. And she goes on and on about this setup for the competition, which takes place over a week. And you guys compete in 3 rounds a day, and someone is eliminated each day. And eventually, the cooking aspect begins, and she tells you, for the first round, chefs, I want to see a dish that's representative of who you are as a cook. It can be anything you can dream up, as long as it's immediately identifiable as yours. And for this one, the guest chefs, if you just want to roll a d20 and add 8 to it, you guys also, once during this flashback, can add a d6 to it.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Some of us don't need it.
And this is profession chef, right?
Yeah.
Does profession chef also apply to baking? Because there's kind of an ideological, rift, depending on who you ask.
I think that the title of this competition is kind of a misnomer. It's not just baking if you don't want to.
Okay.
Is this an interview beforehand? Like, now, is only baking allowed at the Great Mealnor Bake Off?
I rolled an 18.
I got a 28.
And I got a
nice.
21.
Zephyr using his
Inspiration, yes.
centennial eye.
I will unlock the dark secrets of flavor.
I got a 22.
Perfect. And also, Zelf, I am going to have you make a will save as well. So right now, you're only affected by your immediate competitors and the fact that Mary Goodberry is watching. So 10 people, it's going to make your DC a DC 17 for your stage fright.
Ooh, cleared that one. 23.
Guest chefs, do you have a signature dish that you have prepared?
Paprika is ready to present her dish, darling, to the judges.
Let's do it.
So Paprika's going to tighten that apron cord a little tighter to get that hourglass waist going. Just really get things locked and loaded.
Get them tasty.
She's going to saunter up to the judges and she's going to say, most honorable judges, I'm presenting to you the dish that says who I am as a chef. I'll be serving it atop my bosoms at a table. Today, we will be dining on a succulent ribeye steak, cooked extremely rare, topped with a salted chocolate fudge sauce. Please enjoy.
So messy.
Please enjoy. Feel free to use the provided chopsticks to pluck each delectable bite from my bosoms.
How do you eat that with a chopstick?
You do it in a sexy way, Paul.
It's cut into bite-sized pieces, darling.
It's very messy.
Oh my god. Disgusting.
Zephyr,
I am going to present a very delicate and eloquent looking dish of white cream that is actually like pureed insect husks of flesh-eating beetles that have eaten orcs that have roasted in the sun and gotten to the right crispiness. And I provide a powder of blood and bone for dusting on top of it. And I say, I often find the passions and furies of Goldor are brought out best in the sun and the simplicity of a vanilla pudding. Please enjoy.
I like that this is the pudding equivalent of like the coffee that creature poops out.
Yes,
And that was
exactly. That's exactly right. And then I'll like sort of like float fade back into the periphery and watch with a glowing eye from the shadows as they eat it.
Oh, God. Urkelf, what are you making today?
Well, Urkelf struts up to the judge's table with a really, really wide stance, really like shoulder forward kind of strut. In one hand, he has an empty bowl. In the other hand, he has a bowl full of this sort of really thick, viscous stew. And as he's walking over, you notice that one of his shoelaces is undone moments before he notices because he steps on it, tumbles forward, executes a perfect roll, and when he's standing up, the bowl that was once full is empty, and the other bowl is now full of stew. And he places it on the judging table, and he says, "This is my signature dish. It's called Did I Stew That?" It's made entirely of animals that had died accidental deaths. You'll find you're a little bit luckier after eating it. I regret choosing a voice that was so close to Astro's voice.
That's so awesome.
That's your natural range.
Yeah, that's my actual voice. The voice you hear now is a put-on voice.
Zelf, what do you want to make today?
Oh, man. Well, Zelf is so used to having specific prompts from his challenges with the chairman. So having such a wide open board, he chokes a little bit more than he thought he would. And when the prompt is who you are as a food, he has a blank moment where he's like, wait, what is that? What even is that? So in a fugue, he cooks something and presents it. And unlike the others with their elaborate introductions, he says, this is my signature chopped liver.
I'm just going to throw this out as a quick aside. I, Caitlin, love chopped liver. So carry on with that knowledge.
I rolled a 22. It's good stuff. Zelf clears his throat and says, with a berry sauce I simmered in my special simmer pot. Thank you.
Mary Goodberry goes around and tastes everyone's dishes. Zelf, it's hard to get a read on her expression. She doesn't say anything to you.
I love that it's this grandma Mary going around tasting everything, including paprikas.
From the bosoms.
Mary's a professional.
When Mary gets to Zephyr's dish, though, her eyes light up. And she goes, "Oh, the blood powder really brings out the taste of the insect tusks." As she goes for seconds on the pudding, the only one that she had a second bite of. And so it becomes pretty clear that the first round is going to Zephyr.
You can see him all coyly grin at all of you out of the corner of his eye.
The second round is more of a technical round. So Mary Goodberry, she makes her signature dish, which are these Victoria sponge cakes made with good berries in them.
Whoa.
Everybody has to make identical versions of those, like 10 plates identical to it. If you guys want to roll again on your profession chef check and Zelf, I'll have you roll a will saving throw again as well, but this time the DC is going to raise. More people are gathering around the tent. At a certain point, Mary Goodberry, she kind of tells everybody, "Oh, we've got hundreds of people who are scrying in just on the first day already." So you feel just the intensity going up.
Excellent. I rolled a 24.
I rolled a 23.
I got a 20.
Justin, I got a 27 on my skill check and a 21 on my will save.
Ooh, sounds like somebody's winning the
Nice.
technical
Damn,
challenge.
Zelf,
Nice.
yeah.
Zelf, you pull out this round. Once you take, like, imagination out of the equation,
Right. A sense of persona, yeah.
yeah, it really, really comes through. And you cook all of these other people under the table.
What? How can this be?
Well
I thought I
done.
had him in the earlier challenge, but his technical skill.
Very well executed.
Cooking is nothing without passion, Zelf, darling.
For the third round, chefs, we want you to knock our socks off. This time we want something visually impressive, something out of the box, in addition to tasting great. So you're given a challenge to just come up with something entirely unique, something that might not even look like food at all. The taste is surprising or something just creative in that way. So we went from 17 to 20, and now the DC for the will save is going to go to 25 for this round.
There's no way I can make that.
And you said we got one-time bonus as NPC chefs. Is that right, Justin?
That is correct.
A D6.
Urkelf needs it at this moment.
Fucking Urkelf. It hurts.
All right, Urkelf rolled a 20 total.
Paprika Snuffs has a total of a 26.
Damn.
Very impressive, considering that she struts up to the judge's stand wearing a bathrobe and says, I hear you want a show-stopping performance, darlings, and drops the bathrobe to reveal her nude body wrapped in strips of raw bacon. Enjoy. Like a meat mummy.
CR8 monster.
Oh my god. Well, Urkelf, with his 20, once again approaches the judge's table, that wide strut. And just as he gets close, hands empty, I'll say, not holding no food, struts up to the table. And just as he gets close to it, he once again kind of trips over his own feet and lands stomach first on the table. And then there's a long moment where they don't acknowledge what has happened. And you worry that maybe he's really, really hurt. But then when you look back, you suddenly hear a voice from behind his cooking table. He goes, I've fallen and I can't get up. And he approaches the second Urkel, cuts open the back of the shirt, and reveals kind of a meatloaf. I think kind of a meatloaf variant.
Yeah.
So you are expected to just sort of carve your own Urkelf and eat the bits that most appeal to you.
Horrifying. Truly horrifying.
Yep.
Zephyr rolled a 10. And
Oh, choke.
as supremely confident from the edge of having Berry Berry take seconds on the first round, he thinks he understands, that they have an understanding. She is truly a cook on his level. And he presents to all of them a bunch of individual hard candy lozenges. And he says, behold! And he takes a crab cracker out and he breaks all of the hard candy shells to reveal a tiny, chewy, sweet center. He says, behold, the pinnacle of all taste and candy. And he steps back to allow the chefs to enjoy it. And as they express disdain at mediocrity, he starts flinging accusations about their lack of understanding of what he was trying to do.
Oh.
Zelf, so you rolled a great profession chef check, but unfortunately, you failed your will save. And so as you start cooking for the third round, you are frozen in place as if you're fascinated. You can attempt to make a new save at a -4 penalty.
Do it, Zelf.
Oh yeah, I rolled a 2 for a total of 2.
Oh, no.
Zelf, you have become panicked. And you must flee. What is going through Zelf's head?
Oh.
Zelf reaches toward the table, his mind racing with ways to create a truly magnificent dish, thinking of all the spells he's been trained to put into food, all the ways to prepare food, all the magical ingredients he's prepared, and each time he sees the face of the chairman judging his apprentices. Never good enough. Never truly suiting their role, just the best he could find. And as that voice echoes in his mind, he drops everything, gets down on his hands and knees, crawls away behind the competitors.
Tragedy and trauma. He has to...
Tries to just disappear.
As you crawl out of the tent, Zelf, the other three of you, any last words?
You'll never unlock the dark secrets of flavor like that. Fear overcomes it. I'll spit.
This poor, primitive soul does not understand that cooking is a seduction of the soul.
Just like shimmering with grease right now. Like.
As the bacon slowly cooks on her body in the hot tent.
Urkelf goes, he didn't have to take this. He's going home. I didn't think I would get that catchphrase in. I'm really happy for the opportunity. Thank you.
Zelf, you get out of the tent. You finally feel like you can breathe again. On your hands and knees, you look up at the spectators who have kind of gathered around, and for a moment you lock eyes with Bocus Door, who just has the most disdain a person could possibly have for someone, and she kind of raises her head and turns and walks away. Any last thoughts, Zelf?
Well, Zelf is probably just overcome in the moment, tearing grass out of the ground and damn you, Bocus! And then it cuts back to the present, and he's looking across the table at Bocus, patting her on the shoulder.
Just a reminder that if you weren't convinced at the mid-roll ad, but then listened to the latter half of that episode and thought to yourself, actually, I would like to give these people money so they keep making this product. Our Patreon is patreon.com/BCBparty. We appreciate your support. Burnt Cookbook Party is Andrew Hansen as Johnny Brightchild, Caitlin Stayduhar as Patty Hertz, Paul Luetkemeyer as Zelf, me, Jenna Stoeber as Astra Blup, and Justin Green as GM and World Builder. Produced by Jenna Stoeber. This episode edited by Jenna and Justin.